As we grow older, our time and energy become our most precious resources, and one of the biggest drains on both is spending time with someone who's constantly negative. The chronic complainer, also known as the emotional vampire. This is the person who always sees the worst in every situation. No matter what the day brings, they find a way to be upset, to blame others, or to pull you into their emotional drama. They may be a friend, a sibling, a neighbor, or even someone in your own household. At first, you might think you're just being a good listener. After all, we all have bad days, and it's kind to be there for others. But over time, the daily dose of negativity adds up, and it starts to wear on your mind, your heart, and even your health. Constant exposure to complaining, blaming, or pessimism has been shown to increase stress hormones in the body like cortisol. And for seniors, especially those already managing chronic conditions like high blood pressure, heart problems, or arthritis, this added stress can quietly worsen your physical symptoms. Even more, emotional vampires tend to dominate conversations and never truly listen or support you. They expect you to be there for their problems, but rarely return the favor. This kind of one-sided relationship creates an emotional imbalance that can leave you feeling drained, invisible, or resentful. Over time, it chips away at your joy, and at this stage of life, joy is something you should protect fiercely. Seniors are especially vulnerable to emotional fatigue because the body naturally has less energy for recovery as we age. That means every stressful conversation or negative interaction takes a bigger toll. Even if the person has been in your life for years, it's important to recognize when the relationship has become toxic. So what can you do? First, acknowledge your right to peace. Just because someone is family or has been in your life for a long time doesn't mean you owe them unlimited access to your time and attention. It's not selfish to prioritize your emotional well-being. It's smart and healthy. You can begin by gently limiting your interactions. Maybe you spend less time on the phone. Maybe you say no to visits that leave you feeling drained. You can even steer conversations away from negativity with simple phrases like, "Let's focus on something positive today." Or, "I've decided to avoid heavy topics in the morning. Let's talk about something lighter." Setting boundaries doesn't mean cutting someone off completely, though in extreme cases that might be necessary. More often, it means changing the dynamic of the relationship to protect your energy. And in doing so, you create space for more fulfilling, uplifting interactions with people who respect and value you. Instead of emotional vampires, seek out what we call emotional vitamins. Those people who bring laughter, warmth, encouragement, and light into your life. These people may not always be family. They may be old friends, a neighbor with a kind heart, or even someone you meet through a senior center, book club, or church group. What matters is how they make you feel, respected, heard, and uplifted. Remember, in this stage of life, your peace is not optional, it's essential. You've lived through enough. You've earned the right to protect your energy and walk away from anyone who drains your spirit. The first step is recognizing the emotional vampires for what they are, and then having the courage to put yourself first. Now we need to talk about one of the hardest truths many older adults face. Sometimes the people who cause the most emotional harm are the ones closest to us, even our own family. And among them, one of the most dangerous types to your mental and emotional well-being is the manipulator. Manipulators don't always shout, threaten, or cause scenes. In fact, many do their damage quietly, through guilt, control, or emotional games. They know your history, they know your soft spots, and they know exactly how to twist the situation to make you feel obligated. You might hear phrases like, "After everything I've done for you," or "You're all I have left, and now you're abandoning me." These guilt-laced words are meant to trap you, not love you. This person might be your adult child, your niece or nephew, or even someone you helped raise or support for years. They might show up just enough to stay in your life, but every interaction feels like you're being pulled into a web. You may feel like no matter what you do, you're never doing enough. And if you ever say no, they act like you're the bad one. Here's the thing. Manipulative behavior doesn't just frustrate you. It slowly destroys your sense of independence, your confidence, and even your health. When you constantly feel like you have to walk on eggshells or manage someone else's emotions, you carry chronic stress. And stress in older adults is linked to higher blood pressure, weakened immune response, digestive issues, and even memory problems. Many seniors don't want to talk about this because they feel guilty, especially if the manipulator is their son, daughter, or grandchild. But love is not a free pass for abuse, and being related doesn't make someone entitled to your energy, your time, or your resources. One of the most common manipulation tactics in older age is emotional blackmail. A family member might say things like, "If you loved me, you'd help. Don't forget, I'm the only one who visits you. If you don't do this, I'll just disappear from your life." These threats can feel terrifying, especially if you're afraid of loneliness. But here's the truth. Anyone who uses love as leverage doesn't truly respect you. They are trying to control, not connect. So, what can you do? First, recognize the pattern. Ask yourself, do I feel worse after talking to this person? Do I feel pressure, shame, or fear when I set boundaries? If the answer is yes, it's time to protect yourself. Start by setting small, firm boundaries. You can say, "I'm not comfortable with this conversation. Let's talk later. I need some time to think about it. I'll get back to you. I've decided to make my health and peace a priority right now." Remember, boundaries are not punishments, they're protection, and any healthy relationship will respect them. It also helps to talk to someone neutral, a trusted friend, counselor, or senior advocate who can give you support without judgment. Many communities have free services. It also helps to talk to someone neutral, a trusted friend, counselor, or senior advocate who can give you support without judgment. Many communities have free services to help seniors navigate difficult family relationships, especially when manipulation crosses into emotional or financial abuse. And here's a final piece of wisdom. You don't have to keep toxic people close just because they share your last name. At this stage in your life, your well-being is not negotiable. It's okay to walk away from people who consistently hurt you, even if they're family. Real love doesn't manipulate. It respects. One of the most painful experiences in old age is realizing that some people in your life aren't really there for you. They're only there for what you can give them. These people are known as opportunists, and sadly, they often show up more frequently when you're older, especially if they know you have a little savings, a pension, or even property. These individuals may be friends, neighbors, distant relatives, or even your own adult children or grandchildren. They're the ones who never call to ask how you're doing, unless they need help. Suddenly, they show up when their rent is due, when their car breaks down, or when they've made a financial mistake. They play on your kindness, knowing that seniors are often generous, trusting, and reluctant to say no. At first, it might not seem like a big deal. You lend them a little money, let them stay over for a few nights, or offer some emotional support. But over time, a pattern forms. These people are absent during your struggles, but present when they need something. They rarely offer anything in return, not even genuine appreciation. And if you ever hesitate to help, they might guilt you, saying things like, "But you always helped before," or "Don't you trust me?" What makes this especially dangerous is that seniors are often targets of manipulation due to loneliness or the natural desire to feel useful. Opportunists feed on that. They exploit your good heart, and in doing so, they slowly take from your energy, finances, and emotional stability. The emotional toll is real. Being used or taken for granted can lead to feelings of betrayal, anger, sadness, and even depression. And if you've ever spent the night lying awake, wondering whether you're being too harsh or too generous, you already know how much mental space this can take up. Your retirement years should be peaceful, not full of worry over whether someone is about to take advantage of your kindness. It's important to understand that helping others isn't the problem. It's when that help becomes expected, abused, or one-sided. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, even if the support isn't always equal. But opportunists don't offer support. They only take. So how do you protect yourself? First, start recognizing the signs. Does this person only reach out when they need something? Do they vanish when you need help or companionship? Do they make you feel guilty for setting limits? If the answer is yes, it's time to make changes. Begin by setting firm, loving boundaries. You can say, "I'm not in a position to help financially right now. I need to prioritize my own well-being before I commit to anything. I've helped before, but I can't continue like this.
You don't owe anyone your peace of mind, and you definitely don't owe anyone your savings or retirement security. If someone truly loves and respects you, they won't pressure you to give what you're not comfortable giving. And if someone disappears the moment you say no, they were never there for the right reasons to begin with. In some cases, especially with repeat behavior, it may be best to cut ties completely, or at least create emotional distance. It's not easy, especially if the person is family, but your life is not a charity, and your kindness should never be exploited. Take it from countless wise elders who've shared their stories. The only people who deserve a place in your life in old age are the ones who bring peace, not pressure. Choose wisely. You've earned that right. As we come to the end of this heartfelt message, let's pause and reflect on something important. You've lived through decades of life. You've loved, lost, sacrificed, worked, raised others, and maybe even carried people longer than you should have. And now, in this stage of life, you deserve peace, not pressure, joy, not judgment, and above all else, respect, not responsibility for everyone else's problems. There's no shame in protecting your emotional space. Saying no doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise. Whether it's the constant complainer, the manipulative family member, or the opportunist who only shows up when they need something, you are allowed and encouraged to set boundaries. Your energy matters, your health matters, and your happiness is no longer something you should compromise for people who don't bring positivity into your life. If you've recognized someone from this video, that's not a mistake. It's a wake-up call, a reminder that it's never too late to let go of people who hurt you and welcome in people who see you, appreciate you, and bring light into your days. And if you're still unsure whether it's okay to walk away from toxic people, especially if they're family, remember this. Blood may make you related, but love, respect, and kindness make you family. You've earned the right to choose peace.